Alright, so I guess you're here to watch me solo Perilous with the Arcane Warrior. I'm gonna have to apologize first off for the video kind of pausing in some spots and getting cut off in others. As you probably know, the Xbox One has a 5-minute clip limit, and it took me way longer than 5 minutes to beat this whole game on Perilous, so sorry. This is with a level 16 Arcane Warrior. I find that I can solo pretty consistently with a level 16 Arcane Warrior. The lowest level I've done it on so far is level 13, and I think I've seen people do it at level 10 or 11 with the Arcane Warrior too, so definitely feasible. But as you can see, I'm just tearing through these guys. Watch out. It's always the ranged things that get you though. So like when you're being mobbed by a bunch of enemies, doesn't matter. Your barrier is always going to be up because you're always dealing damage. But it's when you have like the one-off ones that kind of are ranged is when you get killed. Like these demon commanders suck. They're the easiest things to kill ever. And that's provided your barrier's up, because if they sprout up from under you and your barrier's down, then you pretty much are insta-killed, which is kind of a bummer. So right now I'm just spamming Fade Cloak, and basically that's my B button right now, and it just does 1000% weapon damage to every enemy surrounding you in your immediate area, so it helps to keep your barrier up at all times. And this asshole is setting me on fire, so I am just gonna go hang out here for a second, and then I'm gonna go Fade Cloak and kill his ass. Yeah. Okay, so usually I don't get the doors. I never get anything good anyway, so, but we'll just do it this time around because it's just a mage door. And let's see, what do you have for me? Gold, lame. I know that the items that you get when you open the treasure chests are typically really shitty, but I do like the surprise of getting an item and not knowing what it is and seeing it at the end. So I kind of prefer item chests to money chests. But right now I have like 50,000 coins or gold just hoarded up for the next DLC release, so I can get all this stuff immediately. I think I've unlocked most of the good staffs in this game so far. Right now I have, I forget what this staff is called, but basically it has a 2% chance of casting Veil Strike every time you use it. So like when you see the enemies kind of just fall down randomly around me, that's what it's doing. The staff is casting Veil Strike. My favorite staff is actually the one that gives you a 10% chance of casting Immolate. It's really, really useful, I think, and I always spec my staffs out with the grip mod thing that lets you do, I think, well, a certain percentage of heal on kill, which is really useful, especially like if you're the Arcane Warrior and you're what is it, the barrier comes up when you're almost dead and you have like 1 point of life. Essentially you need to heal a little bit more in order to get that barrier buffer again. So so zone 1 is super easy. Zone 2 is decently easy. These guys are easy. It's so easy just to forget what you're doing here because you cut through these guys like butter. Sometimes what gets me though is if I'm right here and I'm killing these guys and my barrier goes down, I'm not prepared to go meet the next guys, which are these stupid ranged fire people. Like if you get set on fire, I think it only takes 1 or 2 hits for you to die if your barrier is not up, which is really inconvenient. Use some frost up. So that stupid guy in the corner, is it a fear demon? I don't know what it is. The stupid cold mage thingy. He sucks. I'm doing it all wrong right now. Usually I try and kill him first and leave some of these big baddies for last so that I have some people to gain barrier off of. Frost Step really helps when you're fighting the Despair Demon because you're just you can zoom right into him and start dealing some massive damage, as opposed to running like I'm doing now, which is not good. And all these little dudes can just die. Yeah. Oh, I should have left one for barrier for this guy. Oh well. Come back here. Come back here. Why does he keep running away from me? It's like he doesn't want me to kill him. Ugh, just stay put. Anyway, like I said, you want to try and kill this guy first before killing the mob. Ugh, he's gonna kill me. No, I'm good. Okay, maybe this shouldn't be the video I put up because I am not doing this very cleanly. I do better than this normally, I swear. I don't know why I can't get to this guy. Alright, he's almost dead. Oh, and there goes my barrier. Okay. Well, I left the fountain at the beginning untouched for exactly this reason, because you never know when you might need it again, and you don't need to use a potion. So, hello recovery font. And now I'm just going to continue on my merry way. And there's another mage door. Should I get it? After I kill this guy. It's very rare to see so many mage doors. I feel like whenever I play as a mage, it's never a mage door, so I should get this one. Ooh, a free chest. Nice. My favorite free chests, or chests, like trapped chests, are when the skeletons come up, or the zombies, or whatever they are. They're super easy to cut through as any character, so it's really cool. Oh, I should really go kill that despair demon first. Oh well, I'm lazy, what can I say? I think when you're playing Arcane Warrior, the hardest one to kill is the Arcane Horror, because it's kind of just like this despair demon blasting me over there with his stupid cold spell, except for they use spirit damage. Just anything ranged with the Arcane Warrior is not ideal. Just die. Die. The great thing about Fade Cloak is if you get knocked down, then you can get up instantly when you activate your Fade Cloak. So that's what makes demons really easy. Oops, and I'm skipping ahead because my stupid Xbox only takes 5 minutes of video at a time. So this is level 3. Anyway, you can see I've killed one of the 2 despair demons that lurks in the first section of Zone 3, but this one is giving me some trouble for some reason. Come on, just die. Just die. Just do it. Okay, he's dead. Anyways, and I left the recovery font at the beginning again, because you never know when you might need to go back for it, and I suck, so I often need to go back for it. But hey, on a bright note, I'm not super good at this game and I can solo, which means that probably anybody can solo it. Doop-de-doop-de-doo. It's really lonely soloing. I'm not sure why people would want to, because you don't get an achievement for it. Like, at least in Mass Effect, you got achievements for soloing Platinum, but in Dragon Age, you don't get diddly squat. So I don't know why I'm doing it right now, actually. And that guy came out of nowhere. Oops. I love seeing all these red dots on my screen because it means I'm going to be able to keep my barrier up for a really long time. I think that zones 2 and 3 are the hardest because there's those stupid despair demons. Everyone else is easy. And what is this stupid buffalo? Alright, well, the good news about big animal monster-y things like this is that one hit with Fade Cloak and you're Shield is all the way back up, so that's good. The bad thing is there is a despair demon trying to kill me. As you can see, I'm perilously close to dying. It's unfortunate. But hey, the great part about recording this and then doing the commentary after is I know I'm gonna win, so. So when you're playing on group mode, like, you always have to have somebody doing little green guy patrol, because on Perilous, they're really deadly for some reason. They're not super bad on other levels, but on Perilous, it's just like 1 or 2 hits from them and you can go down. You can see I used up all my potions in this section. Probably a little premature, but it's okay because I still have healing stuff, mists, and regeneration potions. So what I find with the staffs, like doing heal on kill, is like it's just never enough percentage-wise to really make that much of a difference in your game. I do have a staff that does heal on hit, but the damage it deals is really low, and I don't think that the trade-off is worth it. So my fully spec'd out with a Master Spirit rune, one for the one that does 1% heal on hit, only does like max 120 DPS, and this this staff actually does like 155 DPS. So given that you're doing whatever multiplier of your max damage with each of your powers for your staff, I think it's more worthwhile to have a powerful staff than to have a healing staff. But that's just me. I don't know, maybe I wouldn't be dying right now if I had a healing staff. Ooh, jeez, he really snuck up on me. It's okay, I got his number. He's gonna die. Yay. All right, so on to the next one, wherever the door is. And I skipped ahead a little again.
Good day, Inquisitor.
I like Zone 4 because there's no despair demons, I think. So it's typically really, really easy. And I know some people like to go into first-person view when they're fighting. I'm personally not big into it. I think like it's too easy to get a lock on an enemy far away, and it's too hard to like specify who you want to do damage to. For me anyway, but maybe I'm doing it wrong, who knows. And let's face it, I'm probably not going to get these heirlooms in time. Usually I try and get to them, but these little purple dudes are really messing me up. And those guys are just way too far away for me to do any significant amount of damage to them. Yes, come closer. And I managed to attract this guy too. Great, so yeah, I'm not getting these heirlooms. On the bright side, this guy is super easy to kill. And with one Fade Cloak charge, I mean, you basically get 100% shield or barrier. Alright, everyone's dead. Time to get this mage door. Man, I think there have only been mage doors in this game. I don't remember seeing any other doors. Oh, go away. I like how these things try and sneak up on you. I honestly usually can't be bothered to get chests. If this weekend's event wasn't to get chests, I wouldn't even do it. Ooh, a blue item, nice. And a free chest. They must know I'm alone and don't want to fight any bosses by myself. Man, this is lonely. All right, I am almost at the end of level 4. One day I'll get so good at this that I won't have to keep piecing my clips together from Xbox. So I'll just be able to beat the whole thing in 5 minutes. No, I probably won't. These guys are so easy. I mean, it gets kind of boring when you're soloing because you just know. I mean, you just know when it's going to be a challenge and when it's not. And right now, it's definitely pretty easy. Go away! Who's left? This guy. Yay! On to the last level. I don't need the recovery font right now, so I'm just gonna skip it. But to be honest, when I'm doing this solo, I rarely even need to go back for it. And if I do need to go back for it, I rarely make it there. I just die. So it's probably pointless to even try. Placing the banner. And I like to try and make it back into the original room that I came from. I just think it's a lot easier to funnel enemies in that way. You know no one's coming up behind you. I mean, really, though, you could probably solo anywhere on the map. This is just a force of habit from all my group play when we just hide out in the room and funnel all the enemies. But the key to beating Perilous with the demons on your own, I think, is to kill the demon commander before you kill everything on the map, because when the demon commander comes up from under you, it can be a killer, and it's helpful to have other enemies around the map to kind of help build your barrier. So I always try and kill the demon commander first, and sometimes he doesn't cooperate with me and he runs around the map, but most of the times he'll just keep me company like he is now. And if I get knocked down, I just fade, cloak, and stand back up, and then get full barrier. Pretty straightforward. Except for that was unfortunate. Right, there we go. So there is a danger to leaving the demon commander last, because he surprises you a lot, and he sprouts out from under you a lot. And if your barrier goes down, you're pretty much screwed with him. So anyway, make your life easier. Kill demon commander first. I think when you're doing Venatori and when you're doing Red Templars, it's a lot easier in terms of being able to kite the bosses around the map, whereas demon commanders, you can't really do that because he'll just teleport to wherever the hell you are and try and murder you. I mean, that being said, though, like, all he can do is really knock you down when you have barrier, and then you just stand yourself back up. See, aren't you bored watching this? It's just so easy. And I have Chain Lightning spec'd out all the way too, so if my Fade Cloak is still resetting, I just spam a Chain Lightning. And that usually does the trick for my barrier too. And I don't have Strength of Spirit spec'd out. That's the power that gives you 50% more barrier, because it's actually really, really bad. It makes your barrier degenerate faster, since your barrier degeneration rate is based on your max barrier. And so unless you have 100% barrier all the time, you actually lose barrier faster with a higher max barrier. It's really bad. So, oh, I didn't even notice. Demon Commander's dead. Woo! Okay, so basically once the Demon Commander's dead, like, the rest is just easy. I mean, there's really nothing to stop you. Nothing tricky, so it's just about powering through all the rest of these enemies on the map. Oh, I shouldn't have gone up here. I should have stayed down there. Oh well, it's Chain Lightning now. Woo! Sometimes I lose track of where the enemies are. Last guy. Alright, so all in all, that took a little, probably over 20 minutes, so it's really not that bad.
Inquisition's belly of minor
No, hope you